How's it going? So this is a 2006 Mitsubishi L200 or Triton. The heater core is leaking, so had to be replaced. But because it's not the cleanest Jeep or ute in the world, didn't want to rip out the dash, so no dash taken out. Now the glove box just clips off easy enough. There was a bit of a panel here. It did have to disconnect the airbag, so should have the battery disconnected for doing that. That's your heater core there. So I have the new one already in. So I did it without too much hassle. Now I did take out the air box, so the air box is there. That was awkward enough. Now I separated it by I think there was 12 bolts that surrounded it here at this mid region beside the ECU. Then there was only one bolt holding the box up against the firewall, so that came out. I took the blower unit out. This was attached to the blower unit. Like a 10mm socket and a Phillips screwdriver does most of the work. So they're all the bits there. That's the unit that connects to the firewall. That's the unit that connects to that then. And then these are just bits that slot into here. So just a few screws and bolts. And then once you get this far, once you have it stripped this much, you can, like the dash is still there, you can loosen these bolts. So there's 4 of these bolts and 10 mils up here. So 2 this side, 2 that side. I only loosen the ones the other side, at the driver's side. Well, I took out the bottom one and I loosened the top one because it's awkward to get to. And took these 2 off, and with a bit of persuasion, I got the old one out without doing too much damage. Now I did bend the pipes a little bit in the old one, pulling it out, but I hadn't these screws loosened that time. So putting the new one in, I had these screws loosened. I did bend these pipes on purpose before I installed it slightly. So then it's only just this screw holding in the unit. So when you take this one out, obviously put the new one in, it starts about here, about 400mm out, and then you're just pushing it in, wobbling the pipes. You can actually see where I wobble the pipes against this rubber unit. I had to be careful on that cable, and wiggle the box then as you're doing it, and you will wiggle it in. I got the old one out in about an hour. I've got this far in about 25 minutes, putting the new one in. So far we're an hour and a half deep and we have it in. So anyone who's ever done this job before knows that you have to pull the whole dash. Usually you pull absolutely everything, clocks out. You pull this tube out and then it's just a nightmare. But in the Triton or L200, it's not that bad. I did use a second-hand part because, like I said, the Jeep's rough and ready, so I just wanted to get it in and not take the whole dash apart. This is nearly a year since that unit's gone. I just bypassed it. I didn't worry about it too much, so it wasn't the top of the agenda. So yeah, I think I paid €30 or 25 or €30 on eBay for that second-hand unit. And yeah, she's done and dusted. There's the old one. The old one is leaky there, and you can see where I was more curious when I pulled it out, so I wasn't necessarily looking to fix it. More kind of curious if I could just pull it out. And then when I pulled it out, I was like, well, I'll buy a cheap one and put it in, and I did, and it worked. So might save somebody pulling out a whole dash, but obviously it's one of these jobs. It takes a certain type of person. It's not everybody's cup of tea or coffee or cafe au lait or yourself. Right, good luck.